Hey guys, welcome back to Learn in a Nutshell. So we were going through Commerce Tool, a little bit about Commerce Tool from here and there. So today I will teach you all how to, send a email when let's take a scenario of a customer getting created in CT. Okay, then when a customer gets created, how can we intimate the customer that the creation is successful? So for that, we will create a subscription, which will in turn, send an email to the user whoever has created the account. For that, first thing we'll have to go through is the subscription doc. So basically, we'll be using Azure. Azure is one of the cloud. Um, what do you call that? Cloud services. Azure is one of the cloud services. Yeah. So just like AWS and GCP, Azure is one more thing. This is by Microsoft, of course. And here, what we'll do is what we'll see is in for Azure what are the things that is required. So if you see here, Azure requires type has Azure Service Bus. There are two options actually, Event Grid as well as Azure Service Bus. We'll be making use of Azure Service Bus, and that in turn requires a connection string. So what we'll do is we'll copy this Azure Service Bus, go to a Postman, go to create subscription under subscription folder, and replace this type with Azure Service Bus, and change this URI to, that was the default body which they had given. So change URI to connection string, and let's see for customer what is the resource type. For that, let's search for types. So if you see here, there is a type, and if you see here, there is message type documentation. So here let's search for customer. So customer, let's search for create. Okay, customer create message, the type should be customer created, and resource, of course, it should be customer. So let's give the resource type ID has customer, and type has customer created. Okay, so we have not given the connection string yet. For that, what we'll have to do is we'll have to go to our GCP, sorry, not GCP, to our Azure portal, and we'll have to search for service bus. Service bus is just like SQS, SNS in AWS, or PubSub in GCP. PubSub, I suppose I forgot actually. Yeah. So what you'll have to do is you'll have to under service bus you'll have to click on create. Once you click on create, okay, by the way, let me say you about Azure. So Azure is they are providing free trial of almost 200 to $50. They are giving the credit, almost equivalent to, if you are from India, it is equivalent to 14,000 rupees. So whenever you log into your Azure portal, it will show the pending amount. I'll just see if I can show you that. So to make best use of this, I would say whenever you're not using, and this is just for 1 month, you can see the credit here 14,500. This is just for 1 month, so make good use of this for 1 month. Whenever you're not using, just stop the service. If you're using service bus, just disable the queue. If you're using the logic app or function app, just stop it. Don't use that whenever you're not using it. Okay, so let's again go back to our service bus and click on create. As soon as you click on create, free trial will be by default selected. Let's create a resource. Resource is a place where we store all the resource, whatever things that are required for this service bus, that gets stored inside this resource group. So let's name it as CT resource group. Okay. So let's save it. Let's click on OK. Now let's name the service bus. Let's give it as service bus. Let's follow a standard by just giving the whatever name of that particular Azure functions. Initial has the first one, and then whatever name you want, you can give it. So I'll just give CT customer email maybe. So it's not taking that, so maybe it's supposed to be without. Okay, it's supposed to be without underscore. Let's do it again. It should be small also, I suppose. So SB customer email. Okay, let's name it like this, and also let's include CT here. And you can select any location. Let me select somewhere close to India, maybe West India. And pricing tier, you just keep it as basic because we are just going to use the queue. If you are going to use topic under service bus, then under basic it won't be enabled. You'll have to choose standard. So for basic, queue will be enabled. So let's just click on review and plus create. Once you do that, it will take some seconds to get created. And by the way, when you're creating this Azure portal, Azure account, you'll have to provide your credit card. But don't worry, they're not going to charge you anything. Okay, before they charge anything, they'll just intimate you. So just click on create again. So deployment is in progress. This takes about 20-30 seconds. So let's wait for some time. So meanwhile, we'll keep our customer. Okay, this also has to be ready. And the customer create customer also, we have to keep it ready. Let's do that later then. So it's taking some time. So here basically I'm going to make use of the Logic app for this, and Logic app is a little bit costly. As you're having a free trial, we can use it, but once you finish it, just stop the service. Don't make any use of that when you are not using it. So let's close this and go to resource, and you'll see plus Q. Before that, we'll just okay, we need the queue name also. Let's create a queue. Let's name it as a service bus customer email queue. Let it be like this, and we'll just copy this. Maybe it'll also be converted into small letters. Let's see. So it got created. You can go to queues, and you can see this here. Okay, so we'll just keep it here. I need to use that. So what I'll do is go to shared. It won't be available. Okay, let me go to resource, and under shared access policies, there will be a root manage shared access key. I have to click that. By default, it will be manage send and listen. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to copy this primary string. After copying the primary string, what you can do is just paste it here, put a semicolon, and give entity path, I believe. So, and give the queue name, which I had already pasted here. So let's copy this. So it should be like this. Entity path should be added at last after copying the connection string. So let's copy this and put it put it for create subscription you connection string. So if you put it here and nothing else, if you want you can just give a key for this like customer con or confirm email. Okay, and then try to send it. I hope it works. Hopefully no mistakes, I believe. Okay, no mistake, it got created. So if you go to um, the queues, and if you click on this particular queue and click on service bus explorer and click on receive, should see one message received. You can click on receive. This message is just a test message just before they create this subscription. They test if that particular queue can receive messages or not. So that message was sent by Commerce Tool. So let's click yes. A message should come here and click on that. So there's a confirmation that the queue is working. So I've received the queue message successfully. So now what we'll do is um, let's try to create a customer and see if customer details are coming there. Let me just try to give 1 2 3 something like that. So one, I hope this works. Let's see. Okay, it got created. Hopefully there should be a message now. Can refresh and check. So there is a message. Click on receive. So message 2 has received. You can copy this and put it here. So it's not formatted. What you can do is you can go to language, go to JSON, go to plugins, go to plugin admins, search for JSON viewer, I suppose. Let's try to install that. Or did I install something else? Hopefully I have installed that. Now let's click on format JSON. Okay, now it is formatted. So this particular body we need it so that we don't have to again and again create the customer. We can directly send it from the Azure itself. It's just the same replica which you are doing what CT is doing. So what I mean is suppose I change the name here. I'll put it as 10. Copy this content, go to send, select the type as JSON, put it here and click on send. As soon as send it, go to receive and you'll see that one more message has received. Can click on receive and click on this and you see this message 10 coming here. Okay, so we don't have to create again and again from CT. So this is just a shortcut to do all the coding faster. So next what we'll do is we'll open the logic app. So we have successfully connected CT and stuff. So what we'll do is we'll search for logic app. As I told, I'll be using logic app for this. Just ignore this message. Okay, maybe I'll have to go from this. That's a welcome welcome page. So from here, if I search for logic app and open it in a new tab, So it gets updated one day later, it won't be immediate. Instantly they don't update the charges. So what we do is now click on add. Again, subscription will be by default selected. The resource group, we can select the one which we created earlier. And logic app name, you can give it as logic app, um, and give it in camel case customer email, or something like confirmation. Okay, invalid. Okay, maybe this works. Okay, let me choose the same. Whenever you're choosing a region, make sure you choose the same region throughout all the services, so in the unity remains stronger. So here the next thing is you'll have to choose consumption. So let's not choose standard, let's go for consumption. And click on review. Standard has a, it has a new what do you call that, interface, workflow interface, and it's a little bit complicated, and I suppose the free trial it is not working well. I tried it earlier, so I'm going with consumption. It's a older version of no this Azure Portal Logic App workflow. So let's click on create. So once it is created, it will go into a deployment process. So that is also done. Now let's go to go to resource, and then no, it will by default open the Logic App Designer. So it will open the Logic App Designer. So you'll have to choose the initial trigger when this Logic App should be, what should this Logic App, the trigger point should be. So let me refresh. It should not take this much time. Yeah, so I want when a message is received in a service bus queue. So let me select this one and click on sign in, and you can give the name as Logic App Workflow Trigger Customer. You can give any name, I'm just giving it for identification. Confirmation, I know it's a longer name. So we'll have to give the connection string without the queue name. So what we'll do is, which I copied earlier, I'll just copy the endpoint up to this is equal to, copy this, and then just put it here. Then click on create. It will connect to that particular logic, no, that particular service bus. Now we'll have to choose the queue. Now click the drop down and choose the queue from which it should read the message. So let's keep the timing as 10 seconds, so it will keep checking every 10 seconds. So this is done. Now what we'll have to do is, let's close this one. Now add a new step. So in this step, we'll have to search for outlook.com. So if you're using a corporate email ID, you can use that with Office 365 also. That is, I'll just show you. If you search for, yeah, here it is, Office 365, or else you can search for Office 365. This is only if you're using your corporate email ID, that is your office or work email ID. And then you can select the send email option, send an email. But we'll not be using this because I can't use the corporate right now. So it already says that it's not supported. So what we'll do is we'll delete this one. Click on new step. You can either search for Outlook. For the sake, I'll just search for Outlook so that people are not confused. So once you search for Outlook, you can see outlook.com. Just click on that, and in the bottom there should be an option to send an email. Just click on send email. First step, what we'll do is I'll just send the email to my personal mail ID. Learn in a nutshell at gmail.com. I'll give the subject as welcome mail, and body I will just print the content. So whatever is coming from this message, I'll just print that just to see what is the content like. Okay, the next thing is just save it. So it's saved. What we'll do is we'll go to service bus. Previously I had showed you. Click on send, select JSON as the type, go to the notepad where you copied the the JSON response or JSON no message that is sent from CT. Just put it here. If you, for the sake, you can just remove this mail ID to something else. I'll give 12 and send it. Sorry, it was open for a long time. I'll have to refresh. So JSON, and then click send. Successful, it will get a message, send message. Okay, message sent, it says. So what you can do is you can go to logic app, the logic app, and click on overview, and here in the bottom you can just refresh and see if it is successful. You can click on that, and you see the message is successful. So content was in this format. It was somehow base 64 encoded. So let's see what happened in send email. So send email, it has been decoded and added here. So it's coming successfully here. In case, but this won't be readable. So for readability, what we'll have to do is we'll have to go back, add one more action just after the message queue. Click on add an action, search for parse JSON. It is in data operation, parse JSON, and here you can put content, and then just give the sample schema so that it can suggest you in the next step what to pick out of this content. So you can give the sample schema and save it, and maybe in the next step we'll just write so what we'll do is we can just give hi. Let's see if first email has come. Okay, first name has come, so it is picked based on the schema. You can just give first name. Your registration is successful, and I can give some regards and give some company name. And welcome, and you can give again you can give first name, welcome to learn in a nutshell. And to email you can select as here itself you can search for email. This also works. And in case if this doesn't work, what you'll have to do is, if you don't get this thing coming up, showing up, let me save this. If you see this is not working, then what you can do is, can go to expression, type something, come here, and give decode base 64, open bracket, and then select content and click OK. So it will come here, and the base 64 encoded content will be received here, and it will be mapped with the schema, and that schema data will be shown here. First name, last name, everything will be shown, and you can send it to the user. So let me try this if it works or not. um, I've already saved it. Let me take the risk and save it again and see if it works. Let me send the data. So I'm using this one. You can directly create a customer from the merchant center or postman and try it. There's the same response received from CT in the message queue. So send, message is sent. If you want, you can refresh here. It is successful. Everything is received. Message is in proper format, and we'll see send email. It has picked the email address. Welcome learn nutshell to learn nutshell, because the name was this. So that's the reason. So it is working. So let me try to open my email ID. Sign in. And let me go to Outlook. And see if this works. So let me copy this email ID. Share YouTube at outlook.com. So what I'll do is I'll try to create one. Learn nutshell. I'll not give this. I'll just give YouTube at outlook.com, and click on send. So as soon as I send this one, I'm expecting a mail now. Let's see if I'm receiving a mail. Hopefully there should be a mail. If not, we'll have to again check. Refresh. Where's the refresh button? Let me refresh. It has not come yet. Let us debug like why it has not come. Let's refresh this one. So let's see which email ID it has gone. So learn in a nutshell YouTube at outlook.com. It's correct. So it says it has sent successfully. Maybe it is taking some time to receive your. Maybe that's the reason. Or is it in the junk email? Okay, it has come in the junk email actually. Hi, learn nutshell registration is successful. Learn nutshell. So we have received it. It has come in the junk email actually. So that's the reason. So that's how it works. So hope you all understood how to test it, and how this logic app works with the help of service bus queue. And apart from pass JSON, there are other operations like if conditions, conditional operators also you can put. For each also you can put it here, and do the operations as and what you like. So that's how logic app works. If you have a corporate email ID, you can connect Office 365 and connect it to your corporate email ID and do the same thing. So Yeah, that's about it, guys. Hope you all learned something. If you have any doubt, you can post in the comment section. I'll surely, try to clarify if I know, of course. And also, if your friends are also, learning in the process of learning commerce too, you can share with them. And main thing is, please subscribe, guys. Subscription is, no, your subscription is very important. So please subscribe. It means a lot. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Let's catch again in the next video. Thank you so much. Sorry to barge again, guys. One more thing I left out to say is once you're not done with all these things, don't forget to stop this so that there won't be any unnecessary charges being incurred. So you'll have to just go to Logic app, select or check that, and click on disable or stop, and click on do you want to disable. Just click on yes. And same thing for service bus. Go to service bus, go to overview. So when you go to overview, there is active, there will be a hyperlink, active hyperlink. I'll just show you where exactly it is. If you go to service bus again, there won't be any hyperlink here. You'll have to go to queues and then select that particular queue, and then there will be a hyperlink. Click on that and just select disabled and click OK. So it will be disabled and stopped in the background. So that's all. You don't have to do anything, or you don't have to worry about any unnecessary charges being incurred. So yeah, that's all, guys. Hope we'll catch again the next video. See you. Bye.